We all do. We all want a little crazy in our lives. It's actually, speaking of crazy, Exodus all the way up in Zaki. Obviously, that was a bad plane for military, so I'm not going to go over to Sosnovka. I guess really the only team that's going to struggle with this plane, to be honest with you. Obviously, Hardship's going to drop a little further north than usual, but fully expecting them to flex down southwest a little bit, take control of the space they usually do. Looking like we've got Profi actually coming down. Oh, no, he's dropping for a vehicle. I thought you maybe coming down towards Chopsticks there, but maybe just dropping down for a vehicle just outside Pachinki, looking like he's heading his way back over.
Yes!
Circle.
He got himself a motorcycle, but it's not gonna work. He's gonna go down. Now Ice Tech on the hunt for Roth. Gonna just come in, run him over, finish it out. And where are you gonna go, Roth? You got a whole bunch of people coming right up after you. I believe there's another Liberate member that's gonna be very uncomfortable neighbors. No, hey. Melon says, screw that. I want to fight. Walks right up next to Greg Shot, takes him down, gets a kill. Supernova returns it back on the other side, so we're gonna have a casualty on both sides. Tanaka goes down as well. So this is getting messy really fast as everybody's having to regroup a little bit from Fable. Marslek has the angle, doesn't quite get the shots off, does manage to turn it back around, but we gotta be careful. You're walking through your own teammates.
Oh my god!
Marrow's the last one, and Fabled holds it somehow.
Supernova just popped off, so stuck with the ADS animation on the door. Meanwhile, just to come back, actually Tactical 8 now, actually pulling up on Stivel's going to get a knock on the beams. He's going to get flushed for free. Tactical 8 have heard all this. They've seen all the knocks, and they want a piece of the action.
Shoot to Kill doing a good job, really, at protecting Fabled. Back over towards the east of him, Lush is trying to go up the hillside. He's going to go down. Guab B is the only one that's actually safe right now as he's playing inside of Severny all by his lonesome.
And in a crazy turn of events, it's actually Zenith that get the kill onto Adit there.
Might bump into each other depending on how everything's going. Almost all the other teams have kind of settled down, and oh, I respect it. We're just seeing a lot of people running over people to get kills and have two members showing up. It's going to be Steezy up on top of this building. Has got Isak just running in. Jay all day following up right back behind him. Spray's going to come in. Tries to go for the drop down. Trying to get the spray back into it, but he was already too low on health, so going to go down pretty quickly. Now it's just a matter of can Elusive take down the Thorn in their side right across from this as Fizzle's already down. It's just going to be a continued run off to one side. Another member down coming out for Elusive. They're having to be pretty careful. Grizzly's coming up back behind this. He could just crack and go for the play yet. Just instead go for the flush. Now has an idea where they're at, but good peek back up that stairwell. Going to take him down real fast. Now Grizzly, the last member up for T8, says, this might not be worth, but what else are you going to do?
And again, we know there's only two up on Elusive right now. Yaxley's going to find the opening knock immediately. T-Sock going to fall down. It's just going to leave Jay all day up against the four-man strong. Unless Fabled can provide any support here, and Jay all day maybe gets a lucky knock. Even more kills. Supernova with all five right now for Fabled. Yeah, Fable's potentially going to be in a position to...
Peppering in a couple of shots. Honey Badger goes down from Victor. Nice positioning, just waiting for it. Boxic opts into hopping out of the vehicle, but this is going to be a downhill battle, so that means that grenades are going to roll much further. Don't forget, Wildcard was taking shots at 303 from behind, so they have to be very, very careful. Everybody was wanting to condense down into this point. But don't forget, Fabled was also stretching along this line. We might see them choose to third-party this as well. Lots of utility starting to come out from 303 as they're trying to be a little bit more cautious. You can see on the minimap, Wildcard trying to get an inside track on what's going on 303. So while 303 opted to move early, that might actually come back to bite them as they're going to find themselves pincered between two different teams, bare minimum, and having to fight their way out of it.
Yeah, and this is tough now. You're absolutely right. The downhill position that 303 have, they can be seen by so many teams over to the north side.
They do have themselves a position, but they're also kind of pincered out. We have about 4 teams that are all about to have firing lines back over towards each other. 303 opens up. Blue quickly collapses in on them. They're trying to get the work in, but they're just trying to crawl forward. There's too much going on around them. Landude's trying to hold off to the side of this. Spraying in. He's got himself a gun that can put in some work. He is just trying to rack up kill after kill and make sure that they get flushed. Yaxley finds himself in a very dangerous position now, all by his lonesome. Wildcard's Keenan running forward, trying to charge into a little bit of cover to see if he can get himself a little bit of space. Landune's outside, in a lot of trouble as a couple of shots are going to cascade back down his direction. He's got to be cautious as now Keenan's trying to figure out, where do I go? Where are these shots coming in? Couple of shots, high ground going over towards Trimsy, but it doesn't matter. Batty just walks up and says, no, thank you. Instant pop towards his face. Mimes playing back behind us, got some smokes. Keep in mind, McCoy's positioning is a nice little flank point. We still have Liberate that was holding down this beforehand, but the guys from Sonics now quickly having to retreat out of this, and Radiants know that they have the advantage. Mime hops in a vehicle and tries to get away, but it's not going to work out for him. It's going to be Lush that actually picks that one up.
Yeah, 7 kills in the way of Radiance. So this is This is much better today we've seen from Radiance, Matt, as I say that. Lost actually going to picked off by Guabi, who is in the shooting range. Rez should come out from Batty here. He did manage to get inside the house, but...
And Radit out playing his position. He's kind of safe right now, but he's got to be careful with the circle. Not really in his position anymore. He's going to have to run it out. He's got to beat back over towards 2. Goes for the spray onto 1. Follows it up. Gets a second knock. Nice plays coming out from Lush. Taps him out. Going ahead and trying to pick up 2 more points. Doesn't even want to risk going for the reload. Now it's just time to run his way forward. He's managed to do a little bit of damage back over towards Radiance, but now they're going to take vengeance, flush out Grub off to the side of this. And what is Lush going to do? I think his position, he still needs to move onto the wall off to the side of this. So goes for a couple of tap shots onto this, trying to get the shots back over towards the wall, but there's a lot of defense through this.
And SDK are just gifted a ticket through to the late game.
We saw a couple of teams try to come up and pressure them just a touch, and oh my god, Lush walks up behind another one, goes for the tap shots onto it. Not going to work, as Fabled does have that high ground position that we were talking about beforehand, but whenever they took those shots, that alerted Exodus. So Exodus...
Zenith actually, meanwhile, actually sending some flash over here. Microfy going to get spotted out by Kickstart, immediately flushed out. Roth will look for the second one. Kickstart finds Drassel as well.
Got to instantly drop back down. Doesn't want to take too much more damage. Instead, the rest of the team's going to start running up the hillside. Kickstart does go down. Late has lost a lot of health. Drassel's down up on top of this hill, but it's going to be a literal uphill battle coming up from Leda, trying to get the meds up. Going to start bouncing from smoke to smoke as the last member from Oath is located and does get taken out. He was pretty close towards the center, but now Leda. Leading back over towards the smoke. Does hit a nice grenade back over towards Drassel to drop him, but he's going to go down. Taylor J has the angle for this. Taylor J starting to get more aggressive back down towards Zenith's position. Really trying to defend Drassel, keep him alive. You can see moving up, trying to make sure that he doesn't let anybody step up to go for the spray back over towards him, but instead goes down. Now it is all onto Pat Caps. Playing back behind this, doesn't have the angle to provide a lot of defense, has to run over there, but it's going to be shoot to kill that provides the support. Now, leaving their trench, leaving their airplane crash, saying, no, we're tired of this. It's time for...
Trying to get some damage onto the tree, throws out the Molotov. The Molotov will find Tanaka, actually. We'll get the knock for that. Pat Cap speeds around. He'll get Heller as well.
Oh, this could be bad, though. Exodus has really beat it in onto the fight with Fabled, allowing Shoot to Kill to creep up right back behind them. Flashbang does go out. I believe it connects with Pat Caps. He had his hand up there. Still clinging to life back behind the tree. Another flashbang pops up right into his face. Taylor J goes down from back behind this. Grenade's going to roll out right next to Pat Caps, narrowly surviving. But Pat, I don't know, is aware that he has a 4-strong shoot to kill rolling up back behind him and has to be very, very cautious. Takes a lot of damage. Molotov lands right back behind him, narrowly avoiding death. Exodus has had themselves a good day-to-day so far, but they're having to contend with disadvantaged numbers. Can we see Pat Cap somehow survive this? Tries to go for the spray back over towards 1. Gives away his position, but that's going to be all she wrote. Exodus goes down. Luke does go down inside of the exchange. It should be a quick res coming back out, as I don't think Fabled wants anything to do with what's going on.
No, they absolutely don't. Ranger's actually going to find a knock onto Alo at distance with a bolt there. Going to put him down. Illusion still a factor in this circle. SDK, like I said, look,
playing for circle control right now while Shoot to Kill is just running amok right next to the edge of the circle. Sivs right down in the face. Does get the tap shots back over towards Hella. Gets her down. Spots out the other one. Quick spray coming out the side of it, but Supernova just narrowly manages to get back behind this rock. Nice shot coming out back from Supernova to get the down onto Civ, but there's still too many numbers up from Shoot to Kill. You can see Super have to find somewhere to hide, and there is nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, this is unfortunate to see Fable go out. They had a really good game. Just coming back to this now, Illusion looking like the aggressors in the late game here, Matt, which is fantastic to see. We haven't seen much out of them. Ranger maybe overextending a little bit here, but I love the bit. Okay, there you go. I was about to say maybe overextending a little bit. He's going to get spotted out by Luke. He's going to get put down with the barrel. So now SDK with the man advantage. 4v3, 8 kills on the board for them right now. Let's see what Illusion can do.
I like this. Top Dog now signal. You can see Icy Flex is running forward. Has an angle back over towards Purdy, but he managed to duck back down. Instead, takes a lot of damage based off the positioning off of this. 2 members for Shoot to Kill now up. Civ's taking a lot of damage. Does get rezzed back up, but Luke's playing back, and he has the bolts. He's trying to get some damage back over towards it. I say that. It's kind of a dimmed R. So going to get a little bit more damage back over towards it. Looks like both teams going to run over very quickly, try to go. Now instead had to collapse down right next to each other. And this is allowed Shoot to Kill that's just playing the edge to put in work and more work as they're just hunting down different members. Now one up, and it's going to be Icy Flex having to contend with 4 different members of Shoot to Kill. Can he get the angle back over towards it? Tries to go for a spray onto it. Does manage to get one, but his position is now revealed, and they are on the hunt, and they close that one out quick. Shoot to Kill coming up with the round win and 11 kills.
That was absolutely fantastic work in the late game there.